one. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Coach Karl with a K, DeWazin, from California, who is the premier child development for movement to help the child, your nephew's, your brother's kid, to say, hey, man, move, play a sport. You'll be a all-around better human being when you get that oxygen in your brain and in your lungs and ba-ba boom, ba-ba bang. And Coach Karl seems to feel with the small-sided game and a game that he helped develop with these special goals, quad soccer, I think it is, yeah. And the bringing in music to the whole formula of making this. Coach Karl said, "I got an opera voice," and we got a blank piece of paper and we're gonna make an opera. Coach Karl with a K and I, and we could only do this because Select Soccer says, "Hey, we got you, man. We got the best ball in the world, and you're the champions, the Champions League for the United States National High School League, Champions League. You might as well come on." And so that developed the way to be able to do what you need to do with the ball that listens to you what you tell it to do. It's an amazing thing. And we have Ziggy Nagel, college prepared for this, is that, you want to go to college? Well, you're going to have to start thinking about going to college early in high school to get your grades and your all this. And if you want to go to this school or that school, well, they got requirements. And so that'll work out. And plus, you think you might like it, but you don't know. Ziggy can help you out with that personalized way of helping you to find a fit for you. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, there was a college just for the whale. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Coach Karl, I didn't put you to sleep yet, have I?
Not yet. Every once in a while, your operatic voice wakes me up, and we'll be ready to go, and maybe help the kids out in the long run.
Whoa, yeah. And that's the only reason you and I chat, is that because we're doing it for a greater good. We have our likes, with each other, but it's because of the child that we are developing a human being through the love of the beautiful game. And my hat's always off to you because you know how to put some simple stuff in works. Like we said in the last episode, I'm sitting on a gold mine, because of all this stuff right in front of us. But I beg, far as literary, the blank piece of paper, and we're composers, that you talk about the relationship with soccer, development of the mind, body, and soul of an individual through music and the quad game that you came up with.
Well, I tell you, Kevin, let's not talk quad because that's going to be a little bit down the road. But what I would like to talk about is what's so simply very, 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 very important is, again, the fitness of the child. And one of the things that we usually do is, remember we talked in the last segment about WABA, with the ball activities? Well, one of the things that I mentioned was large group activities like Simon Says, Sharks and Minnows and so forth. think what I'd like to do is focus on one of the things that I think is very easy to teach, and that would be the individual child and doing physical fitness that they hate, like stretching exercises and all that kind of stuff. And let's get your ball. What was the name of the ball again that you use?
Select. SELECT. Select.
Right. Take that ball, and every child should have one of them. And if you do the exercises, and I know at one time we used to only do this with goalkeepers, but every single stretch that you can think of, from toe touches to side to sides, figure eights and all of that, use the ball as the initiative to get them to stretch correctly. And instead of just moving around all the time, what you would do, for example, let's say we're doing toe touches. Touch the ball down, roll it a little bit forward, and hold for 8 seconds. Roll the ball backwards underneath your feet. Roll it behind your feet. 8 seconds, to the left, to the right, everywhere else. Throw the ball up every once in a while so that they learn how to eye-hand coordination. Let it bounce every once in a while and kick it back up. But the whole idea is, with the ball activities, use the ball as the getting away from thinking that they're actually exercising and that they're having some fun. And to me, it would be great, again, to have the high school coaches or their players go to the elementary schools and show those kids how to do those particular exercises. And I know that you're aware of the tons that are available, right? You can do sit-ups with the ball.
Oh.
You can do jumping jacks. That is kind of dangerous, so you have to make sure that the kids are physically able to jump over that ball. But we can do every single exercise you can think of with the ball.
I'm living proof. I'm living proof, Coach Karl, because that's what I used to do back in the day, and I'm 69.
There you go. Well, it sounds like you should be getting back to it and get physically fit by using the ball and exercising with it. As a matter of fact, you should be the demonstrator to the high school coaches and their players, who can then show the elementary schools and their teachers how to do those things. But in addition to it, let's add something. And Jim Hart, one of your compadres, he actually wrote a nice article for me. And using music, I think, is another key, because, again, kids, you don't want them to think about doing exercises. You want them to just be moving. And one of the things that Jim brought up is every generation has its own music. And I know that maybe with the older ones, you would put on some rap music. I put the letter in front of that because I can't stand it, but they would do the exercises or the warm-ups with the ball to the music in rhythm. And so now, and I know for a fact, and I'm sure you're aware of this, the Brazilians, that's all they do. All of their practice sessions are with music in the background to get rhythm of the body, to get rhythm of ball control, to get rhythm of passing, to get rhythm of the game. So eventually just the music itself becomes the rhythm of how these individuals play.
Wow. I was ahead of my time, because I used to do the music count, as you practice, we sing along and so forth, dancing to the rhythm of the ball.
Now, Kevin, did you do it while they were playing small-sided games and also in the scrimmage, or just during the exercise?
Both.
Yes, and I agree with that, because, the kids, especially the younger ones, they have that 10-second attention span, and you can always bring them back with the music. And I love what you just said, by the way, and that would be have them sing along with the music. If you have songs, not just the music in the background, but if there's words to it, teach them the songs and let them sing along. So now you've got yourself not only choir practice, you've got rhythm practice, and you also have soccer practice with physical fitness. What a nice combination, eh?
Yeah. I'm Kevin with a K.
with a K.
Yeah.
Let's sing a song together.
Oh, okay. Hey, you mentioned at the other, and I got it. It was a nice rake, and I've been thinking about it and thinking about it. But bring the shovel to how the magnificence of bringing a high school player in the program to go back to the grade school, elementary or junior high, and do these movements and these rhythmic movements and dancing about soccer or just about movement, about they do it. And so when the kids are in the elementary, they say, "Hey, I remember you back in the day. When they're playing college, you taught me what you taught me, and I developed it. Now I'm playing pro. And so
Absolutely.
yeah,
As a matter of fact, around my area here in California, we have, and it's not in the physical education classes, but we have students, and let's say that they're good in English or math or whatever, they go and become almost like substitute teachers in the classroom. They get credit for it. They teach the kids, that particular subject with the teacher in the classroom, obviously overlooking everything. But they also get credit for being able to go into the elementary schools and teaching. And I don't see why we can't do the same thing with the soccer players. Why can't have the boys and girls go into the elementary schools? The kids relate to each other a heck of a lot better than we do. Kids are intimidated, especially the younger ones are intimidated by adults. Many of them very shy and they won't open up. But a high school player can relate to them. And a lot of times, and I know this in my area, a lot of times the high school player has a sibling in the elementary school. And now you've got that child introducing the high school player to other kids. And pretty soon you've got yourself a whole, let's call it a team of individuals, and maybe only doing exercises. Remember we talked about
yeah,
with the ball activities?
yeah. Don't mention soccer. Yeah.
Yeah, just doing exercises with the kids and forget the soccer until maybe a month or 2 months later. But get those kids to become very comfortable. The high school kid becomes a better leader. When they're teaching, obviously they learn better themselves. And the list goes on. So you've got a high school kid benefiting from teaching other kids. You've got the elementary school kids learning from somebody that's more in their realm, into their environment. And now you also can create, and I know we talked about this earlier, you create heroes. The high school kid becomes the hero. You've got the child who looks up at the hero, and now guess what? The child wants to see the hero play. Now you've got spectators going to the high school games.
Man, I mean, it's just, we're sitting on a gold mine.
It's a good commercial, and I know the insurance companies like it, but I think soccer people should like it better because we have to have community projects. It's not me isolated, at the high school by myself and not receiving any help from anybody. We have to go out, volunteer our time, and believe me, after a few years of this volunteering going to the elementary schools, if it becomes a district program, everybody in the community is going to be helpful. And guess who the focal point is? It's the high school.
Yeah.
So you've got elementary school kids, the teachers also supporting the high school.
Wow. Well, I guess what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this and take notes and go up to my elementary school a block and a half and say, hey, I failed to meet you this year, but for next school year, here's the deal, and these are my credentials and my, have all the able to be around children and so forth, So that's, wow, man.
Well, Kevin, just think about this, though. Don't wait until till next year. I know most of the kids, I hope they go to summer school.
Yeah.
Why not start a small project, with one principal? I mean, start with the superintendent, obviously. Make sure that they're aware of what you're suggesting. But then get one principal that you are aware of, and maybe even know personally, and lay out the program for them. And during summer school, why not get this thing started so when the kids come back during the regular season, during the regular year, maybe some teachers, or maybe even one teacher is going to be enthused, but that teacher can teach the other teachers. So it's just a hand-me-down, paying forward kind of a situation.
Wow. You're brilliant, Karl. You're brilliant, bro. Nice going.
Well, the thing is, we waste a lot of time. We go to committees and all this kind of stuff. I think once you have an opportunity, take advantage. And to me, summer school is the best time, because why do kids go to summer school? They don't go to learn. They're going to go to have fun. Why not have the fun getting them physically fit and maybe enjoying playing around with the ball and eventually maybe even playing soccer?
Man. Well, I tell you, you gave me some food for thought, and now I worked out pretty heavy here, and I'm going to have to take a little nap. And I'm going to sleep on this. This is going to be wonderful. Well, Doctor, there I go again. Coach Karl, you were outstanding. Outstanding. And you are so helpful to the United States National High School Champions League starting 11 that we're going to invite you back. All right?
I'm looking forward to it. And Kevin, thank you so much for allowing me to help the kids, hopefully not only in your communities, but all the other communities of people that listen to you. And if you don't mind, I'd also like to let them know that the outcome of our children is infinitely more important than the outcome of any game they'll ever play. They have one childhood. Let's make sure that it's a fun one.
Yeah, buddy. All right, then. All right, Karl. I'll be taking...
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Thank you, and bye-bye.